Let me tell you a story about how I realized I was going to become a medium. And I say this fully aware I am not a medium yet. But this weekend, my life changed direction drastically. And I should preference this with, if any of you are mediums, and I'm not talking about people that do divination, I'm talking about people that are speaking directly to spirits around you and ancestors and things like that. I could really do with some help, because I've been a tarot reader. I use dice to do readings. I've always been very good at using the physical world as a medium for divination. But this weekend I went to my first ever spiritual church. My mum turned around to me and went, "Oh, I've heard about this great spiritual church. The guy's gonna go there, wants to try it out." So she invited me along, and I went, "Okay, a lot's changed recently. I've definitely, it's weird. I've almost found God, and I used to. So much has changed. Jesus, I used to hate it when people were like, "I've found God," because I'd be like, "What are you talking about? God is everything." But truly understanding now the idea of God being everything, and I've done a video recently on this idea, where we are all one, and one is the all, but I now understand that on a fundamental level, or I should say logical level, where it's no longer speculation or a belief, it is I know this to be true. So anyway, I found God, but again, not in the religious way. I just know who and what God is, in comparison to who I am. And for a lot of these reasons, I was like, well, let me go to a medium church, see what kind of thing pops up. Maybe they'll pick me, whatnot. Well, so this yesterday, the 2nd of the 2nd, this man is giving, we sing the hymns, we do the practice, and he turns around and goes, "Right, if anyone wants to put their hand up," and this isn't how they usually do it, I'm told, I've never been before, but if anyone wants to put their hand up, just ask your question. That's how I want to give readings today. So lo and behold, I ask a question. I'm about the 4th person, and the question I ask is very simple. I just go, look, I've started realizing how powerful the present moment is, and yet there's one great flaw within my practice, which is I keep getting distracted from it. And so how do I stay within the present moment? And in all honesty, I can't remember a thing. He must have been speaking for like 15 minutes. And all I remember was, he said, because his wife's there as well, and she piped up as well, and like stood up, sorry, not piped up. She stood up and went, "Spirit wants me to talk as well." But the things that I held on to what he said was, like, your path that you are on only gets deeper, and you need to be self-employed to express it fully. And then when his wife stood up, she said that there were like 3 children behind me all cheering when I finally asked my question, almost like they were nervous that I wouldn't speak. And to be honest, I understood that immediately. But she said, all you have to do is follow your discipline, especially now that that discipline is more based on following your highest excitement. It means that this path that you're going down will only ever surprise you the further you go down it. Anyway, that goes down, and then there's like tea and biscuits afterwards. And so I'm talking to him after, and like explaining that I am a tarot reader. I delve into divination and things like that, and he thought I was I saw spirit, and I'm like, no, I don't see spirit. He goes, why not? I'm like, what do you mean? he basically turned around to me and went, your next step, as far as you've come, your next step is to become a medium, to tap into the dead, the ancestors, the guides and things around us, and see them with your eyes. And I was like, oh, like, and don't get me wrong, I've got books of manifestations. I know exactly what my dream life looks like, and that's what I thought my journey would be. That's what I thought I'd be sharing here, how to become like a master manifester. I never comprehended the idea of actually being a medium, and yet that is now more exciting to me than the life I was dreaming of within a day. Like, my life has just completely shifted direction. The advice he gave me was just meditate half an hour a day and just listen, because like, obviously the spirits are, well, I say obviously, if you don't believe this kind of thing, it won't be, but from his point of view, he was like, obviously they're all around you always, so whenever you are able to close your eyes and meditate, and this is what I want to do today. I'm going to do a short meditation. I'm going to try and close my eyes for about 5 minutes and see what comes up, so I can almost show where we're starting. And then if I make, like, I don't know if this process is going to take 2 or 3 days. It might take a week. It might take a month. Who knows? It may take a year. I doubt it will take a year. I think we'll do it before then. But I just don't know. And so I want to get like a baseline, and this is what I mean by, if any of you are mediums that have gone past divination, if you have any tips, if you can help me in any way, I would really appreciate it. But let's get on into this and try and find out if there's any spirits around me and maybe what they're saying. Now, the other problem I've got is I have been able to speak directly to spirit before, but the way I've done it in the past is through a summoning. I've spoken directly to God through his own, like, different avatars. Like, he's come to me through angels and spoken to me. But again, these were rituals of sorts. What mediumship is not a ritual, or not the way that I want it to be. I think it will be once my eyes are open to the spirit world. If any of you have played, oh my god, I need to play that game again. Divinity Original Sin 2. There's a power called like Divine Sight, and then it's literally mediumship. If you use that power, you can then see all spirits. If there's a grave and you use it, the dead person will literally be able to talk to you in spirit form. Like, I think it's going to be a thing that's just constantly on. And it was funny because the guy kept getting distracted by his like spirit family around him, and I'm like, oh, I can't wait to be distracted by my own spirit family. Anyway, so I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to try. I'll only speak if something directly comes through, but I'll try and do this for about 5 minutes and see what I can feel, and I'll tell you about it afterwards. I do wish to turn off the light. Okay. So, I didn't communicate with anyone, but some things did come through. The idea that, because I thought I'd like have my eyes open and physically see spirit. That's not how it works, is it? Then is it not one of the senses? Do you not even hear them, but you just know what they say? And every time I asked the question, I heard my wife banging on the pan. And so I can only assume that was the answer, yes. No.
Oh, you're still pondering?
Yes. I'm recording it.
Don't overthink it.
Yeah, I know.
Can you stick his legs in?
Yeah. Sorry, my wife just came in to change.
Oh, are you live?
No, I'm still recording it.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
Who
But I
you
was just saying that
to?
when...
Oh, you're live?
No, I'm recording
Oh.
for YouTube. But I was just saying how every time I like ask the question in my head, you bang the pan. Like, you know, I don't know if that was a yes or a something along those lines. But yeah, no, I didn't. Like, how do you think you see spirit as a medium?
I'm not a medium.
No, like as if you were, because the only message I got through that meditation was, it's not your senses. But then I can't comprehend, and like to manifest, you're meant to envision yourself in the position that you're already there. How am I meant to envision myself in something I physically cannot do with my senses?
How would you like to envision it? As auras? As...
No, I want people to pop up.
Oh, why'd you only put one of the legs?
Oh, sorry.
See? I should have said put both of them in.
I don't know how I want to see it yet. I want it to be clear.
That
But that's not an answer.
kind of is.
What? So the answer is I want to be able to use all of my senses. Use what I already know.
I don't know what the answer is. I can't tell you. I think maybe this might be something you need to figure out for yourself.
Yep. Well, that's the point of the half an hour meditations every day. I'll work it out.
You just think of it as putting your tarot cards under your pillow
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty good advice.
and tuning into them.
Yeah. I like that.
I don't know.
Alright.
Sorry.
Like I said, I'll leave that there for today. How about I like check in every other week? Obviously I'll check in sooner if I've had any like massive revelations. or realizations. But if not, I'll check in about 2 weeks' time to update you on how the half an hour meditations each day is going and where I am with it. But I guess that's something that I'm just looking forward to. I should just try my hardest to be excited to see how it wants to express itself. That's the only reason I don't want to force. I have to be able to see physical bodies and stuff. Like I don't want to do that because that limits like the outcome, the same way that I wasn't imagining myself as becoming a medium. By forcing something else, I would have suffocated this out longer. Like, even though it cropped up in my life like 10 years ago. So yeah, if you've got any advice, let me know. And if not, stay tuned. I'm still going to do the manifestation videos. If anything comes up, I'll leave you with this quote that I heard. I didn't hear it, but it came to me from something else that was said. And it's the idea of those that find perfection realize that it wasn't what they were looking for. So I'll see you all soon.